This is an advertorial ran by the brand Noobru, a very successful multi-million-dollar brand doing direct response ads on Facebook, usually image ads and some short videos. And they send traffic to these very well done advertorials. I'm going to break this down and go through it, but it's generally targeted towards older people. They sell a nootropic kind of memory focus powder, drink powder, and they target it towards older people for memory loss, brain fog, all that kind of stuff. So they're very, very good at targeting in their advertorial. So let's break this one down. First of all, the above the fold, the most important part. We have a unique story, then a promise, and just kind of an exaggeration of it. So how a retired engineer's unexpected discovery, that's what makes this unique. That's what adds another level of sophistication to this copy, is how it came about, is helping thousands retrieve forgotten memories. That's the benefit. That's the big promise, memory boosting. They've been desperately missing in 2024. In 2024, it's always good to add specificity with the date, with the year. So now it's in 2025. And they've been desperately missing just agitates the problem that's being solved. And then immediately after a big claim or promise headline, I like to do the same thing, address the skepticism in the subhead. So here they do it from a first person perspective. I know this sounds unbelievable, addressing that skepticism right away, but at 67, I'm breezing through crosswords and outthinking folks half my age. So it's addressing the skepticism and then reconfirming the message. And then the hero image is just this very intriguing picture of the brain, like a before and after of the brain activity, and it's a news style. So I'm not going to go through line by line, but I want to go through the main sections and how it's structured so that you can copy this for yourself. Most people don't know this, but as we age, our brains actually shrink. They begin to lose cells, which makes it harder to build connections in everyday life. Again, this is like the second, after the above the fold, the headline, the subhead, and the image. This part of your advertorial is super, super important. This is what dictates if they're going to read or not. If you can get them to read this first sentence, the odds of them continuing to read are very, very high. And if they don't read this, if they pass over this and it's not interesting enough, you don't hook them, they're not going to read the rest. So the way they're doing it here, and they do this in other advertorials, and I like to do this as well, is with a fun fact that's applicable to the problem. And ideally, you can tease the problem mechanism there. So most people don't know this, but as we age, our brains actually shrink. So some kind of fun fact that they didn't know, something interesting and unique that's directly applicable to the problem. And then they make it real for them, which means you give examples that occur in people's everyday life connected to this problem. You may have experienced these issues. I can't find my keys. What's your name, etc. We agitate that. It can be extremely embarrassing, frustrated, and shake our confidence. We reaffirm the emotions that this creates, that the problem creates. And then we do the transition point. Thankfully, there's a new way to slam the brakes on brain shrinkage. So immediately here, this is like your entire lead, and it's very, very effective. Again, a new interesting fact related to the problem, how that shows up in your everyday life, what that means for you emotionally, and the good news, the transition point to the solution. This brand new smart powder can effectively reverse the effects of brain aging. So immediately the solution is introduced, and with a big benefit. It effectively reversed the effects of brain aging. If I've been feeling like my brain, okay, so now it goes to the first person perspective of someone who is suffering from this problem and then used the product. I've been feeling like my brain's been slowing down for a few years now. I feel like a fading photograph. Very powerful metaphor here to describe the emotional state that the problem causes. My memory's blurring, slipping through my fingers, and it's caused a few embarrassing senior moments. Forgetting my keys, grandson's birthday. I needed to try something. I tried strong prescriptions. Nothing was good for me. So this is like the nightmare situation. The problem very clearly outlined in an emotional way, and then in a real way with real examples, forgetting the keys, forgetting the grandson's birthday. Tried everything. I knew I needed to try something. I tried strong prescriptions, and then I came across the product. So it's very quickly introducing the product. This is one way to do it, or you can just do a lot more buildup. But in this case, it works very well for them to bring in the product right away. They don't go too deep into the mechanisms. This is mostly selling you based on the benefits, the social proof, a lot of social proof, a lot of testimonials, a lot of reviews. So it's a little bit different from very mechanistic informational copy, which also works well. But this is the angle they take. This is what resonates with their market the most. And then they introduce the product. It's an odd smart powder that contains ancient Chinese ingredients and has a ton of 5-star reviews. An objection handling, I hate taking tablets, and this dissolves in water. And I'm so glad I did. The dream outcome comes. This is all, again, very, very concise. My memory feels as clear as when I was 25, and my energy levels feel better than ever. So just to point out the general structure of this, it's very, very concise. The lead and the problem agitation that sucks you in is very concise. The product explanation and promise is very concise. And then very quickly, and then there's just some objection handling here. Doesn't have a crash, doesn't have side effects. It's natural ingredients. So simple objection handling. And then immediately the rest of it is going to go into the social proof. As I said, this is what resonates very well with this market. So a lot of their copy is based on social proof. So thousands of customers are already using it. They have some reviews. Well, just one, I guess. And again, social proof. The guy had a news spot and more information about the product. Right. And then, yeah, it's approved by doctors. So we have the authority testimonial, authority endorsement. And it's approved and used by doctors, neuroscientists, entrepreneurs, and senior citizens. And that's essentially their avatar: senior citizens, some entrepreneurs, and some health conscious people, mostly senior citizens. As you can see, the whole thing is written to senior citizens. In lots of little ways, they call them out. At 76 years old, talking about as we age. So the problem applies to people as they're aging. So obviously it wouldn't apply to a younger person. And then senior moments. So it's using these little words to indicate who the avatar is and to speak directly to their target audience. More features. And then their money back guarantee, 90-day money back guarantee. And then they do like an editorial review kind of. So it's from the perspective of someone on the team of the Advertorial, as if it's a news article, who tries out the product over a 6-week period, and then they future paste the benefits that he gets. So it starts off pretty soft. I was skeptical, but I was feeling run down. So he has some issue. He was feeling run down. He saw a lot of positive reviews and gave it a try. And he feels some effect right away. So this is very effective when you're promising a benefit. There's an immediate benefit, what you're going to feel right away, and then the long-term benefit, the outcome you're going to get holistically at your whole body, whatever the situation is, whatever the product is you're selling, what's the long-term outcome and what's the immediate experience of having taken or used the product. And it's just very specific about the benefits. The mental fog vanished. I reached levels of alertness I hadn't experienced in years. It was like walking around on a winter day after it just snowed. It became so much easier for me to ignore distractions and outside noise. So yeah, a very simple, concise, but powerful explanation of the benefits with a great metaphor at the end. And then it continues, week 2. I tried other things. So it's blending in other direct response copy. I've tried other supplements that didn't really work for me. Now I'm more focused. I can put in solid 10-hour work days, and it's improving all of my mental capacity. And then we go to week 5. He's still getting the benefits, and it just gets bigger and bigger the more time goes on. And then these like native looking images throughout. You can do these yourself. And they are very organic looking. I'm starting to wonder what's in this stuff. And now he has the dream outcome. My mind is crystal clear. I can recall perfect memories perfectly. It's like the limitless pill is what they're selling. And then in conclusion, we wrap it all up. And it's just a lot of benefits. There's not a lot of fear in this advertorial, not a lot of negatives. It's mostly benefit focused, social proof focused, new and exciting breakthrough. That's the whole premise of the above the fold, the new discovery. It's a news hero image. So it's a very kind of novelty, curiosity driven above the fold. There is some agitation and problem and fear in the lead, but it's mostly in an informational way. Did you know that your brain is shrinking? And it's just a lot of benefits, a lot of promises, and a lot of social proof throughout the rest of it. And they have a lot of CTAs as you go farther down. More testimonials, lots of testimonials, restating the guarantee. And there's this little urgency thing. There's one supplier left. And that's it. And then from this advertorial page, they take you to their product page where they're selling the powder. And from there, they have multiple selections, of course. They have the 6 months, 3 months, and 1 month. So $50 for 1 unit price. And then 90 and then 120. And I'm assuming they have some kind of an order bump. Check out loading screen. This is worth testing. It can be very effective. And they have the one-page checkout, so you can reselect your quantities. Paid shipping. Yeah, very simple checkout. So very simple funnel, very effective copy, very well suited to their target market. They've done a lot of research, a lot of testing. They've been around for years, and they've done millions in sales. So this is a great advertorial to take if you're doing any kind of consumable to an older demographic that's not as aware. Because as you notice, they have not gone deep into the problem mechanism. They didn't really even give one, just brain shrinkage. And they didn't really give you a solution mechanism. It's just that it has these ingredients that is going to give you this dream outcome. And they're kind of vague about what the ingredients are. So it's a very simple story-based emotional advertorial that can very easily be swiped for almost any product and tested. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, let me know. DM me on social media if you want to ask about this brand or anything like that. And have a good one. Peace.